This lesson is going to look at equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios are very similar to equivalent fractions. So let me do a quick review of what an equivalent fraction is. We know that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. And how do we know that? Well, if I were to draw that fraction as a circle, okay, here's a representation of 1/2. And if I were to cut this into 4 equal pieces, like this, you can see that there are 2 pieces now shaded in. And if you want to review, check out one of my previous videos. I have explained this. But now I'm going to give you an example of what an equivalent ratio looks like. So here we have circles to squares. For every 3 circles, there is 1 square. I'm going to draw it again. The same ratio. So this line is also 3 to 1. If I were to put this together, circles to squares would be 6 to 2. But in this situation here, in this example, they're separated and they're 3 to 1. They are the same thing. So it's just like equivalent fractions. So if I were to use the same example here of 1/2, so just say we're comparing apples and oranges. For every 1 apple, there's 2 oranges. If you multiply this by 2, to every 2 apples, there are 4 oranges. And this is how you would represent equivalent ratios as well. You would multiply both ratios or divide them if you're trying to make them smaller. I'll show you an example of wanting to make them smaller. So just say you have 3 apples and 9 oranges. Okay, so now I know that both these numbers are divisible by 3. If I divided this one by 3 and this one by 3, it gives me a 1:3 ratio. So 1:3 is the same as 3 to 9. Because 1:3, if you multiply this by 2, 2 to 6, 3 to 9, 4 to 12, these are all the same. These are all equivalent ratios. So in this example here from the book, the first column here has 2 triangles and it's comparing it to 3 squares. The ratio is 2 to 3. In this next column, it wants us to guess, or it wants us to figure it out, but we know that 2 times 2 is 4. There are 4 triangles. So your ratio here, you would write a 4. I'm not going to write it in the book, but this ratio here would be 4. I'm going to write it over here, 4. And put triangle at the top here. Now, since we've multiplied this by 2, we need to multiply this by 2 as well. So we would multiply 3 by 2, that gives us 6. And on the last one, we already know there are 9 squares. 3 times 3 is 9. You must do the same thing here. 2 times 3 is 6. So that's how you would find that ratio. So they follow the same principles as equivalent fractions. So whatever we did in equivalent fractions, we do it in ratios as well. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. If you need more review, check out the equivalent fractions video. I can make another video if you guys need more help. But if not, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.